Hey y'all, this crazy nurse Granny here, and I don't know about you, but I've been wondering what is a life coach? So I decided to talk to some professionals to see what they had to say about this.
And I'm really good at it, and it's something that I really wanted to do since like the late 90s. I actually have it's more like, what doesn't a life coach do? I feel like I do everything. As a life coach, I feel like when you're my client, you get so much from me. Basically, I help you set goals and achieve your goals. I like to tell my clients that I am a partner in making your dreams come true.
Okay, let's hear a woman's point of view on life coaching now, please.
Means is that they have had at least 300 to 500 coaching hours under their belt. So hopefully they know what they're doing, right? Now here's what I think about life coaches overall. They can be very helpful when you kind of just need another perspective or a kick in the pants to get you going and moving towards something.
Okay, so I have a question. What if you have a mental illness or you're going through a crisis? Can they help you on the path to mental health?
Is when we have a real mental health issue that we think could be a mental illness. They are not trained on how to properly diagnose or treat mental illness. And if they're your only resource, I would encourage you to also incorporate a therapist into your treatment team as soon as possible.
Okay, let's talk to one more mental health professional with a license on their thoughts of life coach.
Life coaching is an unregulated field, so anyone, with or without training, can go out at any time and open up a life coaching business, as long as they're in line with other applicable laws. But there are no laws I'm aware of that regulate life coaching.
Is it a scam then?
Coaching a scam? Well, just because something's not regulated doesn't automatically make it a scam. It certainly makes it much more vulnerable to be a scam in any particular instance. But I've seen a lot of life coaches that do a reasonably good job, and many of them already have licensure as a mental health professional.
So you're saying that experience is an important thing for a life coach to have? Is that what I hear you say?
When I see individuals who have no training in coaching or counseling or anything, just come out and say that they're a coach, or they go to one of these weekend seminars. So they spend a few hours learning about, I guess, different aspects of coaching, and then they immediately go into business.
Can you talk about the cost a bit?
And more competent, and I can appreciate that. If we look at the amount of money that life coaches charge, you might think, well, counseling is a profession that requires a lot of education, a lot of training, so counselors probably bill more. But actually, life coaches, the rates range from $100 to $1,000 an hour, and probably some that are more. So we see a lot of variability there. And again, without a clear service, it's whatever you want it to be. It's, in a sense, renting a friend.
Okay, now a new friend of mine, My Four Seasons, check out her channel. She has done some research on life coaching.
As I told you guys, I was going to do some research on life coaching, so I have. And so basically what I found out is there's a lot of classes. It's called 1K, 1 day. And before I get into this, I do also want to say, you know, I'm a true believer in capitalism, and I'm all about people running their own businesses and, you know, being independently employed and making a living whatever way they can or see fit. The number one thing with the Code of Ethics, their standard, is to make no statements that are untrue, false, or misleading. Moving on. To have a clear and concise contract with your client, and you also have to keep medical records that are HIPAA compliant in case they're ever needed. And then this was the one. It says coaches must act in a manner that does not bring the profession of coaching into dispute.
Passionate.
Let me just repeat that one again. Coaches must act in a manner, and that just doesn't mean like, when you're on the phone coaching or Zooming the coaching. Must act in a manner that does not bring the profession of coaching into dispute.